All right, guys, today is Wednesday, October 6th. We are going to be moving on to lesson 2 of Unit 2, Module 1. So your book is going to be this book. This is going to be the book you guys need. Your Unit 2 Inspire Science Properties of Materials. If you don't have that, you guys can access it online, okay? So to find your books, what you're going to do, or to find your pages, you're going to go to page 32 in that book. Page 32, we're going to start on page 32. We're always going to do the explain and the evaluate. If you don't have your book, go to Connect Ed, click on Google, the Google app, scroll all the way down till you get to Connect Ed, okay, or McGraw-Hill Education. Now, once you guys log into Connect Ed, yours is going to look a little bit different than mine, but up here, you're going to see your old school's name, most of you. Once you see your old school's name, you're going to click on that. And then you're going to go to OISP Elementary School. Click on Inspire Science. And then yours will have the lessons here. So you're going to go to lessons. It's going to be the one with the pencil. And then you're going to go to Module 2, Unit 2. Module 1, Unit 2. So describe materials. Click on the greater than sign, and we're doing test and analyze materials today. Now, if you don't have your books, you'll just go to the explain, and we're going to do read about choosing the right materials. All right. If you have your own book, you're just going to turn to page 32. We're in testing and analyzing materials right over here. Okay. Now, we're going to read this. So vocabulary, look for these words as you read. Flexible, strong, choosing the right material. How do you choose the right material when you make something new? You think about how the object will be used. You also think about properties. Bridges are also used to hold heavy trucks and cars. Builders use materials that are strong. Oh, why does it say show active speaker video? Builders use materials that are strong or able to withstand great force. They use concrete to build bridges. Go online and watch the video Materials Have a Purpose to explore how different materials can be used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go online. I'm going to click on that picture with the train. And then we're going to watch the video.
Think about the objects you use every day and what materials they are made from. Let's talk about this blanket made out of cotton, so it's soft to the touch and flexible. Some skateboards, like this one, are made of wood because they need to be solid and strong enough to hold our weight when we stand on them. Wood, paper, cotton, plastic, steel, concrete. They're all common materials, but each material has properties that make it useful for different jobs. Let's experiment. We will build a bridge over this basin of water and see how many toy cars it can hold. For our first material, let's use a paper towel. This paper feels soft and stretchy. We will stretch it across our water basin and secure its edges down with tape. Now, let's make it rain a little bit on our bridge. Now it's time for the cars. You can see from the first car that the material is flexible and bending. Uh-oh, it's not looking very strong. It didn't take many cars to break this bridge. For our second material, let's use a cereal box made of cardboard. It is not as flexible as paper and feels firm, not soft. We'll test it with a little rain again. This material appears to be stronger than the paper. It's still holding up after a few cars, but look, it's beginning to bend under the weight of the cars. For our last material, let's use wood. You can see the wood is absorbing the rain because you see it changing color. But will that affect its strength? Wow, a bridge full of cars, and it's still holding strong. Looks like wood is the correct material choice for this job.
All right. Write a caption for the photo above. Include a vocabulary word for your caption. So what you could do is you could say that concrete, because that's what this bridge is made out of, concrete is strong enough to hold trucks. And here's a big truck, and there's another car here. This concrete is strong enough that it can have all these cars drive on it and the bridge will not collapse. And here's this on page 33. Soft, flexible clothes allow you to move easily. The material of a raincoat keeps you dry. Clothes are made of materials that have certain properties. Cotton is a flexible material. It bends as you move. A cotton shirt allows you to move easily. Some raincoats are made of plastic. The plastic materials does not absorb water, which keeps you dry. What could happen if you made a raincoat out of cotton? If you tried to make a raincoat out of cotton, that cotton would just absorb all of that water. So then your clothes and yourself is going to get all wet. But if you have a raincoat made out of like plastic, then the rain comes and it just comes off of you. It doesn't seep into your clothes. So you don't feel like you're getting wet because it just comes off right off of you. It slides right off of your raincoat. Okay, let's look at page 34. Page 34, other materials, other properties. Furniture makers choose different materials for pieces of furniture. The material that is best depends on how the furniture is used. Hard, sturdy materials are good for tables. Tables must be strong enough to hold heavy objects. The legs of a chair are made from strong materials so people can sit on them. The couch is held up by hard materials, like the legs. Soft materials make it comfortable. And then we have so like here, you'll see like the inner parts of the couch are going to be hard, but then they put like this foam on top of it to make it soft so it's comfortable to sit on. But here's that picture. So there's hard materials here, and then there's a soft material, and then it's covered by like this fabric to kind of hold it all together. Okay, number 3, what properties would you look for in a material when making a desk? You might be looking for something strong. You might be wanting something that can hold up like your books and your computer. You might want something that is sturdy. What properties and materials should be considered for different parts of a sailboat? The sail forms a curved shape in the wind. The boat holds up against waves. The material does not absorb water. This helps the boat stay afloat so it doesn't sink. Circle a part of the boat that is flexible. So like the sails are flexible. Draw a box around a part of the boat that is strong, and that would be the actual boat itself. I think it has a picture for you. Yeah, so the sail and then the bottom of the boat. So if you wanted to do that, you could do this part is flexible, and then this part would be strong. Now look at the parts you circled and boxed. Tell why you think they need to be flexible and strong. Well, the sail has to be flexible because it needs to be able to work with the wind. The sail must be able to bend with the wind so that it can take you to different places. The bottom of the boat must be able to hold people, and it needs to be able to hold up to the water and to the wind so that it doesn't sink, it doesn't break, and that, people can stay safe on the boat. Material match. Select the best material you could use to build the boat shown in the photo. Then check your answer. Boats are built from material that is hard, strong, and does not absorb water. So which of those things do you think you should pick? Steel, wool, rubber, wood, glass, or plastic? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Select the best material to use to build the boat shown in the photo. Boats are built from material that is hard, strong, and does not absorb water. Which of those would you use? Steel, wool, rubber, wood, glass, or plastic? I see a lot of wood. Let's see. Show answer. It doesn't tell you. But yeah, it's right. The correct answer is wood. Select the best material to use for your building support, then check your answer. So the scaffolding right here, this is the scaffolding, the stuff in blue, on a building needs to be hard and strong, but not flexible. We don't want it to move around. We want it to be sturdy. So what do you think that is? Steel, wool, rubber, wood, glass, or plastic? Okay, I'll answer questions at the end. I see Lucas is saying steel, Russell is saying steel, Ray is saying steel, Ava is saying steel. Let's see. Very good. Correct. Steel was the right answer. Question number 5. A bicycle tire needs to be flexible, bouncy, and tough. So what material would a bicycle tire be? Steel, wool, rubber, wood, glass, or plastic? Okay, this one isn't in your book. This one you have to do it online. So here it says, explore material match to connect materials to the objects they make. So if you want to do this, you would have to do it in online. But don't worry, you don't have to because I'm doing it with you right now. But yes, rubber is correct. Select the best materials to use for winter clothes, then check your answer. Winter hats, mittens, and scarves need to be soft, light, and hold heat. So which of those are going to be soft and hold heat and very light? Steel, wool, rubber, wood, glass, or plastic? Very good. Wool. We're almost done. Pots and pans need to be hard and able to be heated quickly. Which of these materials would be able to be heated quickly? Steel, wool, rubber, wood, glass, or plastic? I see plastic first. Let's see. Nope, plastic is wrong. It gave us an X. What else do we say? I see a lot. I see Danica, Christian, Lucas, I'll say steel, Ava says steel, Kayla says steel, Russell says steel. Let's see steel. Yep, very good. Steel was the right answer. Okay, next one. A fish bowl should be hard, not flexible, and let light through. We should be able to sometimes see inside of it so we can see how our fish is doing. What do you guys think this one is going to be? Very good. Glass. And then the last question, ready? Look around your classroom. Look around your house. Describe at least 2 different objects in your classroom and the material each object is made of. So for me, I have a table. So you guys can see my classroom. Here is the table. So the table is made of wood. and it is strong and sturdy and not bendable. Okay, what else do I see in my class? I see, ooh, a window. I see a window here. I see a window and it's made of glass. It's strong, but it's see-through. So we can see outside. And it lets light into the classroom. So the classroom is not dark. And you can pick whatever materials you want. Here's some other options. I guess I can't give you another option. That's okay. Okay, once you're done, you're going to click close. And then the next one you're going to do is you're going to do 42 to 43 and then 46 to 48. So let's move on to page 42. Okay, we're just going to read this, okay? Old materials, new uses. Sometimes people use materials in new ways. The properties of some materials make them perfect for reuse. T-shirts can be sewn together to make a soft, warm quilt. Metal tools can be used to make a sturdy lawn decoration. A tire can be reused to make a swing. Reusing materials help make less waste. Waste is anything you throw away that doesn't get used. Reusing materials also helps save money and energy. It takes money and energy to make new products. The result might look surprising. Think about the plastic bottle boat at the beginning of the lesson. Sometimes the properties of the materials often make them perfect for their new use. Look at the photo above. What properties of a tire make it a good material for a swing? And we can just talk about it. You don't have to write it down. Well, let's look at it. This tire is a good use for a string because it's circular, so people can sit in it. It's strong, so then people could sit in it and it won't break. And it's not very flexible, so then you're not like flailing around everywhere. And it's strong enough to hold your weight so that you can swing in it. Very good. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be reading pages 46 to 48, which is going to be our evaluate. So if you have your book, you're going to go to 46 to 48. What materials can be used to make a boat? Tell how you can test and analyze materials to decide which materials are best. So if you don't have your book, you're going to click on evaluate, click on the lesson review. And then you could put something like this. And then if you want, you can rewatch this video later, pause it and write this down, okay? Plastic bottles are good to build a boat since they float, because we know that plastic floats. That's why these people, they made their boat out of plastic bottles. They also don't absorb water. You can also choose materials that are flexible so they bend to the right shape to float. So they use these plastic bottles. It looks like they use some bamboo and maybe some zip ties that were going to be thrown away. And then they're able to stay afloat in this boat because the plastic waters don't absorb the water. And then also the plastic is able to help them float above the water. Question number 1, three-dimensional thinking. Lou, and if you need to know, we're on page 47. Lou made a toy drum. He used paper for the top of the drum. The drum broke when he played it. What property of the paper could have caused the drum to break? Why did it break? Because of its color? No. Because of its texture? How it feels? Not really. This hardness? Yeah, I think it was a little too soft, too thin, or its sound. Then the answer here is C, it's hardness. Because the paper was too thin, it wasn't hard enough, it wasn't strong enough, it just broke. Question number 2, reread question number 1. What material could Lou use for the top to make a better drum? Explain why this material would be better. So one of your answers could be plastic. He could have used plastic at the top of his drum because it's harder and it's stronger than paper, and it would not break as easily as the paper broke. All right, we just have one more page. What are some ways plastic bottles could be reused? Think about properties of a plastic bottle. Then think of an object you could make using a plastic bottle. How will that object be used? Draw or write about your object below. Explain why the properties of a plastic bottle are useful for your object. So in the past, I've had kids write that they would use the plastic bottle to put other things in. Some people used it as like a piggy bank. Someone used it actually, and what they did was they cut off the top of the lid and they put like their fish in there, and they used it kind of like a fish bowl. Some people used it to grow plants. Some people used it for like science projects or art projects. So there's a lot of uses. So think of what you could reuse a plastic bottle for, and then either tell us about it or draw us a picture about it. All right. That is going to be it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to review and turn in the quiz. If you haven't done your art, health, social, emotional learning activity for this week, you're going to do that. And then don't forget to read a book for 20 minutes. All right, guys.